Hey Tigers, it's Angie and I hope you're having a good Tuesday.
And I'm Phoenix with some awesome announcements.
I'm Emery with sports, and here's your news and announcements
You need to know.
Now, here's a message from ASB regarding Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
We begin tonight with the relentless Russian bombardment of Ukraine. There are reports that an art school in the besieged city of Mariupol was destroyed by Russian forces, with as many as 400 sheltering inside, and Russian commanders with an ultimatum ordering Ukrainian forces in the city to surrender within hours. That city is increasingly feeling the brunt of Putin's war, undergoing a fierce assault. Many residents spent today digging graves for their neighbors. Putin's ground forces making little progress in their advance toward Kyiv, leading some military analysts to predict a long and bloody stalemate ahead. Dozens of Ukrainian troops are believed to have died in an airstrike on a military barracks. One soldier was pulled alive from the rubble 2 days after the attack. Despite the onslaught, the Ukrainian people remain defiant. A crowd in Kherson, a city under Russian occupation, challenging Russian troops, chanting, "Go home." The soldiers were forced to reverse. All this as President Zelensky said today that he is ready to negotiate with Vladimir Putin, but if the talks fail, it could lead to World War III. We have team coverage tonight. ABC's James Longman leads us off from Lviv, and a warning that some of the images might be disturbing.
Tonight, Russia has given Ukrainian forces in Mariupol until 4 a.m. local time to surrender. This as we get a glimpse of the dark reality of life under Russian siege. Surviving, now a form of resistance. Residents like Andrei digging graves for their own neighbours. I hope there'll be some sort of a reburial, and this is just temporary, he says. The military told us to put the bodies somewhere in the cold, but the only cold places now are basements. There are people in the basements, so bringing the dead to people is just so we bury them here. President Zelensky calling Russia's actions there a terror that will be remembered for centuries to come. And tonight, reports of yet another attack on civilians, a school targeted this time, where 400 people were sheltering. Much of the city in ruins, as many as 300,000 believed to be trapped. Some in Mariupol wondering just how much longer they'll have essentials like food and firewood.
We've got a canned food drive this Friday.
Tigers, get stoked. Starting this Friday, March 25th, we have our second canned food drive of the year, made up of 2 separate competitions. This Friday is a one-day competition worth 100 spirit points for the winning grade. The following week, March 28th to April 1st, is a week-long competition worth 200 spirit points. That's a total of 300 spirit points on the line starting this Friday. So get stoked. Remember, the best way to win is by bringing in those specialty items worth 5 times the spirit points. So work with your class to bring in the most items. More information coming soon.
All 10th grade students who did not participate in the fall hearing screening will be blue-slipped on Wednesday, March 23rd to get their hearing tested. Students in resource classes in all grades who were not previously screened this year will also be blue-slipped for hearing and vision screenings. If you wear glasses, please be sure to wear them. Should the screening show a concern, your parents will be notified by mail.
Hey Tigers, I'm Anthony, bringing you your 4th staff spotlight. This week we're featuring someone from our history department, and you guys chose, drumroll please.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Arata. I teach AP European History, and I also teach World History.
Miss Arata is one of the lucky teachers who gets to work in the new 100s buildings.
Oh, the new building is great. It's so, everything is so, kind of shiny and new. Definitely getting the feel of, having a, TV instead of a projector, but it's wonderful. Everything is so clean, and the kids are being great with the building, so I'm enjoying it.
You might say Miss Arata was born to teach history, but I'll let her explain.
So I grew up in, a historic neighborhood. It was, one of the first mercury mines in California. And so when I went to college, I initially went in as a bio major. I was going to go pre-vet. Then I realized I really didn't like science that much. Math was not my strong suit, says the woman who's married to a math teacher. But realized I loved history when I was taking those courses that were general ed. And so I did my undergrad in history at Santa Clara and then my master's at Poly and just loved it. So that's kind of what got me into teaching it and hopefully bringing some of that joy to my students as well.
Miss and Mr. Arata love to go take their daughter out to the dunes, as many of you probably enjoy.
So we actually have a pass to go, like, we drive out on the beach and we take our daughter out and she gets to like walk by the water. We do a lot of baking. Our daughter is big on baking, so lots of time with just our daughter Noelle. And if you're in my class, the picture is always up on the TV screen, so you see her all the time. But kind of spending that time with her and just hanging out as a family. We have a nice backyard, so we do a lot of like outdoor things with her just to keep her active. She's a runner.
Well, thanks for tuning in, Tigers. This is my final TNN staff spotlight. Thanks for sticking through it with me.
Seniors, please listen up for some college funding information. First off, the FAFSA deadline for priority consideration for financial aid has been extended to April 1st. If you're a senior, please complete your FAFSA with a parent now. All seniors attending Cuesta College for 2 years must complete the FAFSA, so why not do it this week to get the best deal?
Secondly, scholarships are still available for seniors to apply for. Miss Martin recommends applying for the King David's Luck Scholarship, the Aggie Backer Scholarship, Greenhouse Grower Scholarship, Slow Coastal Realtors Charitable Foundation Scholarship, the Volca Arts Gary and Patricia Lambrecht Scholarship, Art Center Morro Bay Scholarship, and many more that can be found in 3 places: the Class of 2022 Google Classroom, the Daily Bulletin online on the SLO HS website, and the scholarship page of the Counseling Department Google site. Check out the scholarship newsletter also.
Lastly, scholarship awards have started and notifications and interviews have too. All scholarship communications will be through your Google email system, so if you've applied for scholarships, check your email regularly. Good luck.
Tigers, it's election time. Our executive council packets are out right now via Google Classroom and outside the ASB class. If you want to make a remarkable impact on our school, packets will be due March 28th, 2022. Voting will be later that week. If you have any questions about it, contact ASB Vice President Grace Bide at gracelbide@student.slcusd.org.
Hey Tigers, it's Emery with sports. Today boys golf faces Paso at the Paso Robles Country Club at 3, and tomorrow they'll face San Ynez at Dairy Creek at 1. Varsity softball plays Santa Maria at home at 4:30, and boys varsity tennis plays Rigetti at home at 3:30. Tomorrow, varsity baseball will play Templeton at home at 4:30. JV baseball will play Templeton in Templeton at 4:30. Frosh baseball plays an away game against Pioneer Valley at 3:30. Stunt faces Mission Prep in Atascadero at 6. Track and field has a dual meet in AG, but the time has not been disclosed. And boys volleyball will play Pioneer Valley at home at 4:30 and 5:30. That's all for sports. Now back to Angie and Phoenix with lunch.
Thanks, Emery. For lunch today, we have a hot dog, grilled cheese, a turkey BLT sub, and of course, the local cheese and cracker box.
And on this day in U.S. history, the U.S. federal prison on San Francisco's Bay, Alcatraz Island, which had held some of the most dangerous civilian prisoners, including Al Capone and Robert Strode, the Birdman of Alcatraz, was closed.
That's all for today, Tigers. See you tomorrow.